Abusia Mr. Mo akoba be Amanyosem dwumadi na guso a wo original TV fa ye duye atentama ye besi nkunya na ya jempanyefo adwenkyere e de afa nsema ho dogu apono so na ye pensim me kan se fan so na wo so adwenkyere be kenkan nyina e de ma WhatsApp number no e da screen so o send you message na wo din ba bia message ni free ba fa kan won yankenkan nyina wo video na ye mfa mo ne mpanyefo a no mu di dwuma ye wura ya Asani Tano ye political analyst wo video mu sanso e na samufo panyi de ma double krata e de hawk Yura Charles McCarthy with the Ambassador Mama Kwaba. Apomi ede. Krumboko.
Agitation continues. Even though it is, let's say I took Coco, Marco say 800.
21%.
Yes, so what the interviews from they did. Some of your media persons. We have complaining say it's more than more say no more say no. A chief farmer who has been awarded or honored before by the state, until you should know where. And more kasano say why a political commentator from Mels Mahama Kufuor Aliyu Mels Mahama Misata Bisi Sambre. Now we share kuku into the sequence no. Now we share the factors then, and you compare it to the factors today. That 21% is nothing to write home about. Coupled with the fertilizer, so compared to time and demand for free. Until SNP, but I know fuel keep on increasing. The CD keeps on depreciating. Everything has become expensive. There's food, but you can't get money to buy. Oh, there's food, but to buy it is very expensive.
Minority for the press conference 3 days ago. Now they were saying, say, government should not increase the price anything less than 1,000 Ghana cedis. The example of Mosaic, they said last year, cocoa's $1 was CD to dollar was about 6 Ghana cedis, and to offer the exchange rate cry alone, it means supposed to be 1,000 because and then you need 10 Ghana cedis to get $1. And to the other, say abano cracker say. On tum say word market no cra cost on tum name or share the CD dollar a year rate in import to more. It means that it's supposed to be not anything less than 1,000. Somehow it makes sense because may over me products and I would acquire my in our cotton. Now what about Chiameka? Say a we are see your man who don't want to costra. I was so to me. A call for more. We said they are would be born because no, and you see what they buy a costra also to more. But one factor so about a CD dollar no. And it is a 600 Ghana cedis. Na say dollar near 6 Ghana cedis. Na say the dollar na shoot to aqua. It means so for me cool now the kwama now cotton 1 cedi. What is cotton $1? What is our $1 and a bagana? A 10 Ghana cedis.
Exactly the case.
And somehow it makes sense. Say 21%.
In fact, the government can even do 1,000, 2,005. But you know the reason? Because it's a syndicated loan. They must pay. Increasing it to 1,005, the government can do it.
Or is it because Cocoa Board for the car over 3 billion?
Yes. So instead of rather satisfying the farmer, they prefer to creep off to pay debt. This is what we have done.
Sekoban is here. It means smuggling. Because
it's going on at my area.
Very good because Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes.
Always or more price no was wrong.
This is 1,002. Western of my area, it is going on. The smuggling is going on.
1,002.
Yes.
So you can imagine what the cocoa bag, a Côte d'Ivoire, just across the border no.
Yes.
And no more or make me up for a 1,002.
So even if you get 1,001.
Yes. Now what ton or Ghana has is so 800. The difference is 400. And they will do it. A company says the cocoa board or the government may not get the needed a year ton, metric tons or more percent requirement to make cotton. So the government should consider because 800 Ghana cedis, you take 21%. As we speak, the CD dollar has because the CD not depreciate over 50%. This year, CD not depreciate over 50%. Cost of air production, everything, prices are shoot to petrol, shoot to fertilizer, a cost really side and be idea could be at me a cost more than that 21%. Government should think about it before kuafo nyina besumagom koko ade akọ Charles akwaba
Sami Joso
apomi ade
minim kwa mbefa so agisa me at least Ankupa ina famu de aka ne aka
ni aka no hana we so onye
say an intina the sovereign will of the people no edishe amanfonsa enya si yedi asho mo by force so omo ana yemfa mo na ometimi ahweso amaye enti aka no
okay
aka no
Nana Fia ewo Kumase, Nana se Ochiamo and Enyumle, or such as McCarthy, Uriah, Asani, Tano, and myself. Nana Fia so So, a pencil pass my catching Yamia Kagum from him, and Nefia, Uriah, Asani, Tano,
when are we meeting again?
And I'm session. That's want to say something.
We must be served.
Kukun Semono. And one and another Bebasso and Gassa.
Yabebaso, Yabebaso.
Go number question be some.
Yeah, to me, actually, but the first issue I share and the fight against Galamsey. Na yen share and maybe so I may purchase over to me. I go to the folders and Honorable John Jinapo, Nani Nansa, Nasimo Kai, brow born to last week. I call Ashanti Ranger Cobon to her said, Galamsey fight no more, when Juma Aqua Cusino, the patcho yam fan on Kaka and Hokakra. Na Yama Ghana for who say whether we are fighting again. And you be for Nibi Briswet Mamwashe. A brand now so for the TV, Mishemo, more air conomo, a cameraman, Susu Echa, said ye am quiet near and sassy, Sua Hodwa, Yas, in Nano, ye baby, and more to me. Asha Bata, Mamisha, if I fear I was at Tano home 6 years under His Excellency Nana Kakufuado. We must have Finyan Conavia, but who appropriating, we have 3 months to go, so yes, it's 6 years. The fight against Galamsey. Can we say Ghana as a country? Can we pride ourselves say indeed the investment the kind of resources are putting into the fighting against Galamsey? No? Can we say Timia achieve 100% at percentage paying and a bit me pride and who say and part yet me aye baby.
Yeah, me do say. Make after 4 years. Adwuma kofarba na mo ye adwuma de boa ma Ghana obia bebia nsem bia wono no so watibi Galamsey idea awo ho for I would say centuries in connection with Ghana. Na Ashanti Goldfield before say omobeba into play no krepo no na Galamsey ne ho kete ayeye ade fine without bordering your forest any yensu ensuwa enti Ashanti Goldfield a survival First and Second World War na the impact from the First and Second World War was so great on the mining companies and Ghana at the time after that is post-war, World War II. And most of them threatened to shut down. And post-independence, and Kwame Nkrumah said, no, my main mining companies now, or more face challenges to shut down. Now, many state mining corporation. There was this name, State Gold Mining Corporation, SGMC, which was actually put together in 1961. And it means that it belonged to the state, with the exception of AGC. Na time kuno ebaya Nkrumah amabi mu no. And the plotters of the coup, which includes the ruling, men can say ruling party, but the ruling people of today, their relatives, who instigated the coup, they now changed the system and then made the gold index more reverse, state-owned, mana benefit will be and can, as we sit here today, say, Galamsey, you wouldn't have seen it on the scale that we are seeing. 2, I have stated that Galamsey has been there for centuries. the Kufuor Aliu Mahama administration, Galamsey Newo, Rawlings, Galamsey Newo. But it was done in a manner that it did not affect our forest and our river bodies.
Okay. Meantime, one quick one. You share a honorable Samuel Abujinapo. Ne to our Koya Washanti region and some visuals in the course where you should be.
Nimanso area to visit the troops who have been deployed to help us in our effort at clamping down illegal mining operations. Fortunately, the commander commanding the GOC, commanding the Central Command, the general, has been gracious enough to lead me here, and I've come to have some first-hand appreciation of some of the things that are happening here. As you can see, under the command of the GOC, military officers have been able to clear up this place of illegal miners and dismantled their infrastructure and brought the operations to a halt. The briefing I've got from him suggests that they've been able to destroy some excavators and seize some excavators which have been lodged at the local police station. Some arrests have also been made and evidence is being put together to prosecute them. I mean, we make these visits, first of all, to encourage the military people and to let them understand that they have the full backing of the president and his government on whose instructions I'm here. And also to, in the process, expose the complexities of this matter. I mean, all of you can see the level of devastation. It should baffle all of us as citizens, as policy makers, and as stakeholders in this fight, how an operation like this in the heart of the forest and in the faraway areas of our country can go on without notice by the police, the chiefs, the local political leadership, assembly people, you know, the district chief executive, for example, and I should dare say even the Inspectorate Division of the Minerals Commission here. And these are questions that I, as minister, am going to be seeking answers for. How is it the case that such an operation can be mounted and such level of devastation can happen when there is a district outfit of the Minerals Commission who should have an inspectorate division, when there's a police command here, when there's a district chief executive. Fortunately, from here I'm heading to Kumasi to meet district chief executives from the mining communities of our country. And so the point we keep making about the fight against illegal mining being a collective one, I think this is a classic evidence of that call, that it will require the concerted effort of all of us. It cannot be the fight for government alone or for ministers alone. It has to be the fight for all of us, citizens and all the actors in the body politic of Ghana. And this is what we have on our hands. But what I can say and the assurance I can give, and yesterday the president himself chaired a meeting on this matter, and extensive discussion took place about it, that we will continue relentlessly, with integrity, to do our best to come to grips with this matter of illegal mining operations in our country. The Ghanaian people should be rest assured, but whatever we have to do to make sure that we get to a satisfactory situation in this country in respect of this canker, we will do so. Yes, sir, General.
Okay. GOC Central Command, just as the Honorable Deputy Minister has just indicated. We actually... Wrong, sorry. Honorable, every time, Minister, okay. Honorable Jinapo. Okay. We did this operation just on Monday, and as you are aware, military operations we will normally plan before we do the operations. We come on recognizance sometimes once, twice, just to confirm locations. And sometimes the Mineral Commission also gives us coordinates and the areas that they think are so bad. So, like we've done it a couple of times, but it appears it has to be sustained. So from the directions from the Honorable Minister, we did this operation on Monday and we are still continuing. But the interviews that we've had with citizens and locals within this catchment area tells us that their livelihoods, particularly their water and their farms, have been devastated. So I believe that the war against the environment will be won. And I know with the assurance from the Honorable Minister, we will actually succeed. Of course, but it has to be sustained. And I believe he will ensure that we sustain this operation.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Excellent. How many excavators did you seize?
I think we seized about how many? 6,
Six.
and then 5 we have at where? At Kotokrum. 6 at where?
6 here.
6 here at the Tano here, and then 5 at Kotokrum. We've burned about 2 or 3. Those that were not, we couldn't move. We had to burn them, and then I think that has been the instructions they've had. Yeah.
How many arrests?
Arrests? How many do arrests?
Yeah,
we didn't make any arrests at all. Most of the times you don't even get them. Before you come, the information is gone. So as for the excavators, we can easily get them because they cannot run. So, but the human beings, when they see us, people coming, they all vamoose. As for the Chinese, we haven't had one. I think they are so witty and creative that you don't even get them. But sometimes we get a few of them who collaborate with some of these Galamsey people to do these operations.
Right, thank you.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Match is fuel here. Fuel there. Bring it. Match is like a pit.
President, his government, and people of Ghana are truly, truly grateful for the work you do. I've been Minister for Lands and Natural Resources for almost 2 years now, and I've been to all manner of places. I've been to all the 16 regions of Ghana. I've been to mining operations, but coming here is an eye-opener for me because I never even imagined that this illegal mining can take place in hinterlands, and for you to be locked up here and clearing up the place and making sure that we clean up our environment and rid the country and the environment of illegal miners and their activities. I think that you deserve a huge applause from myself, from the president, from the government, and the people of Ghana. So thank you very much and bravo. So thank you very much and bravo to all of you. To General, who is the GOC, I want to thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for your exceptional leadership and commitment in this work we've embarked on. I've engaged you multiple times, and your sense of patriotism and duty to this cause is just commendable. And to all of you, I commend you and I thank you. Let me say, aho! Aho! Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, General. And aho! And finally,
we also for her as Asani for Bogudi and Sensoronian for Samuel Abujina Paul, now Tremu, and Twaboko Ashanti region. Said the Galamsey city, and in the course of the program, no, Yabemo whom for need be said the Asano, as saying and quiet near issue. I say, Cocodira, Asani, Mammy Samra, who be no one who was some so.
Minister, Mammy, who graduated. We should commend them for this devastation. We should applaud him and the team for this devastation. Is that what you are telling us? Has there been any arrest and prosecution for us to commend you?
I think we should commend the military.
Which military? What have they done? Apart from involving themselves in the...
Or say they deserve applause from himself and the president.
Yeah. And the thing is that...
And for them, or say military no deserve applause from one as a minister and the president say omo dedicate to omo a year juma a year quiet anymore.
Is that the import?
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, then let's leave it like that. Okay. Oh yeah, let me come in some. Under Rollins, we saw a fair deal regarding Galamsey and say forest. The same applies to Kufuor, Mahama, all the way down. In fact, under Mahama, things started intensified, so they put measures in place to curb it. But as we speak today, I keep on saying that anybody who wants to, Obibiara per se, will be an adjunct, will normal air course or another danko kufuado na mambo. Onko awake.com, awake.com. Now on type Ajapade. Google awake.com. Type Ajapade. That document now you can ebepia bonti, which is alleged to be coming from the camp of the NPP. Now the other hand, Bibi biara air course wo memha regarding omwamambo, everything is documented. Into the by omo eye bibi say economic omo page 3 no forward near from page 1 to 2. Na page 3 no almost economic and financial sector control introduction. Phase 1, phase 2, the obedi anim so and so. No more they do banking cleanup, no man. Now omwaba capital market insurance more. No more about mining, oil and gas industries. I'll start from the paragraph 2 of the oil and gas industries. Or see growing environmental factors. In fact, me to micropo without a document, but for the benefit of friends, those who are viewers, we see growing environmental factors are rendering risky our use of illegal small-scale mining, galamsey, as a source of financing our political objectives. There is therefore the need to roll out a more rigorous legal means of controlling significant stake in the legal gold chain value. What it means, let's say, Obekaya, galamsey for no a contribution at top pickups. And on the bois 2016 election, MPP, Emma Omo, Ewene. Na Omo winnie we no ba bemwa, Omo before so mebano maka say, Omo ba Mahama so boba be NDC for the Namse say, Nanado boba be trem, no be trebi no man. Or ba yeno. They got to know say microphone or mukra licenses no. They were not their allies. In this document, they stated say, Obi biara or war small scale mining license no ceased to be relevant. It was null and void at a certain date until they should reapply, right? Until Obi biara no yes small scale biara, they stopped all of them saying na yekai. And then they started agitating and they say reapply. The reapplication, they listed 332 small-scale mining that were their allies. Until no more licenses that done. And now we show more. A beer bakum you pay no more licenses. Until you give you a moon in our Muslim any or the crofo. But a channel no more can say. You must a small-scale mining a funny galams. No, the illegal mining a galamsey. Our mother boa mom party in the bar power. Or mom say. Media no omo agitate the environmental threat no man until they should find a more legal means of doing that. Until the plan was that say uhuru ade no nsuo no mu ene no man mercury ne side na de nyina elichiko nsuo ne asase ne mu ena na ye nyina ya sori ya ye ka ho asem ne nsase sei nti ene ye be plan say ye be benya ekwan bi ye be ye no aye more legal na mum contract ne ye be award to Yankasa Yankrofo. I will tell you why the gold catchers came in. I am an Crawford document where enyanokre, but we should be mindful say enyanokre na say NDC the Kropo no try. Then that NDC person who wrote this document is a prophet, and we should start attending. If he has a church, we should start attending, because at the time of your document, we know now there's nothing like gold catchers anywhere. Until UTA or see they would therefore find. Or there was the need to roll out a more rigorous legal means to controlling significant state in the legal gold value chain. Into Ubekaya and Rich Yanado, and then Crawford, a deme and a wusika, a so-called gold catches. And I must admit, say environmentally friendly in terms of washing of the gold. Say the beya a mercury no kwasa cinnamon in soon, right? But ask yourself, say, how many this are gold catchers na ema? The so-called community mining, a dignified way of the galamsey. And so just about 2-3 months ago, no, gold catchers they buy and I teach them more. They have stationed them at their various points, no. And now galamsey no, I thought this is serious. I say I ginsem I into me, no. Until the gold catchers came to engage rather in illegal mining. But don't forget, those who are doing the galamsey, they have license to mine as small-scale miners. But they are flouting the laws. And when they go to the so-called community mining, then they show themselves, no, character, so say, memorable to gold. And so, okoye, no, galamsey, and okoye. Or say, to this end, a cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at. Asumesi, I don't want to mention names, Asumesi Bedi at you, is to lead the process to take over these concessions. Concessions, detailed below, and consolidate them into the extended Ajapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. I will tell you another reason why. Say NDC in no trust a document we are. Then we must consider that person as a prophet, because it is stated in this document say almost second term no, they will find a way to ensure say petroleum process no, they will bank some at safe havens no, and also right now. Ufi hono no more listed companies no 332, but here I will say. The passage of the Mineral Income and Investment Fund Act and the setting up of the first special purpose vehicle, Ajapa royalties into bracket, in Jersey would allow us, acting in various capacities and through our friends, to acquire majority of the stake to be listed on the London Stock Exchange and the Ghana Stock Exchange. The cash flow would be strategically undervalued. To maximize our returns, we will get a share of the money raised through IPO on the two exchanges through paveway into inverted commerce. Paveway payments by contractors into a more inflated contracting inflated price and no more criminal fees. You understand what they mean? Into the contractors will work on MIF, that is IMIIF funded project. We will also get a share of the dividends for our equity holding in the SPV. Now, maybe we will say the funds raised will be used to finance the setup of mining companies by our allies. The Minerals Commission will be pushed to issue licenses and good concessions to these companies. This will effectively transition us from galamsey mining to legally licensed mining companies. Future inflows from these entities will be invested in additional companies to be strategically positioned along precious minerals value chain. A similar blueprint will be replicated in the oil and gas sector, which will also commence with the setting up of SPVs using petroleum revenues that currently flows into the consolidated fund as receivables to be mortgaged. So they have a plan. And they are following the plan. But interestingly, they took your money and my money to go and buy the gold catchers. But the gold catchers that they have given to their allies are working for them. They are going to work unabated if we don't strike hard to get rid of these people. But let's come to Oman the so-called meeting. One of the most useless meetings I have ever had. Okoye, so he went to blame the chiefs. Say, as president and government, he controls only 20% of the land space in this country. The 80% belongs to Nananom, which means that Nananom no maye nhwehane galamsey no. But you see, Nananom awokoshia omono. They are not all NPPs. Yet you went there to say, if they help in fighting the galamsey menace, no, the possibility of you breaking the 8 is high. Does it make sense? To use that forum or whatever to go and campaign. Does it make sense to anybody who listens to our president? Another thing, I control. The president on the African continent, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is the only one who has committed himself significantly to fight galamsey. But he's again the only person whose fight against galamsey is the opposite because they are benefiting. Right? He's the only person on the African continent as a president who has committed himself in fighting corruption. But he does the opposite because they are benefiting. Why did he remove Domelevu? Why did he frustrate your friend and say, Martin Amidu to leave? Indeed, recently when Ajabin started his stance, their own people were unleashed like dogs on Kisei Jabin. That's the special prosecutor couple, I should say. Right? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the only person who was sworn in as president on the African continent and declared that anybody who wants to do business has no business joining his government. But it is the opposite. If you are looking for people who do business in every government on the African continent, it is under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government. Meanwhile, All these promises were made. In fact, after he said that he was going to commit himself to protecting the public purse, the first scandal was cash for seats. And then the scandal started. And he said he needed evidence to be able to prosecute people. Evidence being on this particular useless devastation of our forest. Evidence being here. Gone were the days when manna rained from heaven. It was a clear evidence that God existed and still exists. Until the people now saw that, wow, right? And the evidence is what is being shown on the TV. If you take an area view of our various forests, you see the evidence. What again do you need as evidence to prosecute? A contact mine, and you be a contact mine, alien, and I say was in Serium. We cannot find the owner of a contact mine to prosecute. And you be a cast that I trouble contact mining at the Summertex area forest. Asani Tano and the These are the questions we should be asking. The evidence is with the president. Indeed, the president is capable of identifying every single person who is into Galamsey. Let's ask ourselves this simple question. Would you say president between the Sasha Jam? Say, even after implementing the so-called military people to go and chase these people out, Obia or Yamani Bia Mebua president Neda. In terms of envelope, I can say number. The president should come out. No, that is why he cannot fight it, because we have evidence to prove. The issue of is it what evidence again do you need? Bosome from when you are done so, or say ni tape no more kikaye brava who the percentage a whole moje. It is part of the evidence, but the president minim. So per se at a channel war forest, no forest in Yana, you swan no say if you so now big Flagstaff house. And son who say evidence near, I don't know. Because yourself, your good self, is a complicit. Okay. Your own appointees are complicit in this particular uselessness that is going on in our forest. Yet you sit back and then go and hold a deba. For what? What were you going to achieve from that so-called meeting? So we must start interrogating and pointing it to them that you are the evidence, nobody else. Simplicity.
Simplicity. Maybe yeah, 9 on red messages. Wahamen can be. We say hi, Hunter. Good evening to you, to your guests, especially McCarthy. We say good evening, noblemen. Please, Nanado has totally disappointed Ghanaians, and if I were him, I would just resign to prevent further disgrace. Nanado has any good records for being a president of Ghana. Ghanaians are really crying day by day. James Edifree, American House. No, they we say during Mohammed's time, a kilo of cocoa moved from 2 Ghana cedis 8 pesos to 8 Ghana cedis 60 pesos during his 4 years, which means a bag of cocoa was 550 Ghana cedis. Nana moved it from 8.6 to 12.5 in 6 years. Lesson to we the Ghanaians. We say, good evening, Sammy, and your 2 intelligent guests. Brad Charles, where have you been? We miss you a lot. From Agotimeva Johnson inside East Legon. Another Abba. We say it's an established fact that Nanado is only paying lip service to the Galamsey fight. Everything Nanado seems to be doing is nothing but cosmetic. He has no idea about governance and only occupying the presidency to fulfill his childhood dream. If he really means to fight the menace of Galamsey, he doesn't need the approval of the chiefs to prevent the Galamsey. In fact, Nanado is nothing but a scam. From Amanwura Peter Sunyani New Node Abre. Was it Nanado meeting with the chiefs over the so-called Galamsey fight is another political PR gimmick? How can he say that we need a concerted effort to fight the canker, and in another breath say the MPP can only break the 8 if they don't do something about the Galamsey? The truth is that Nanado and his MPP administration know the Galamsey, so they should pursue them and stop worrying our ears with their noise. God will continue to punish us if you don't say the truth to this super incompetent president and his team ignorant vice. Amangura Peter Sunyani new Doma and Odeabre will say, good evening, Mr. Samuel Hunto and Original TV. God bless you, Samuel Abu Jinapo Akufuado Ofori Ata Osafo Mafo Bigalam say, please, my name is Jeremiah Kwesi Obo or the Free Capital Hills no de Abre. We say Sami, these people are not fighting anything. They are just doing propaganda. Ike from Kumasi no de Aba. Salam alaikum, President Akufo-Addo. Ghanaians are very wise. Don't pretend that you don't know the Galamsey King Kong, Chairman Wuntumi. Arrest him. Isa Edifrin Sawam Zungu. Please, I'm Razak from Atabazi Junction. Say, please, it's time for us to use our traditional gods to swear on 2024 elections and see if they can still steal our money. We say, President Same, if Ghanaians want to fight Galamsey, I don't think this is the way to do it. We should fight the MPP government than Galamsey, because Nanado cannot tell me that he don't know them. Ike, if you come say, we say good evening, Hunter. Not until we have responsible citizens instead of political citizens, nothing will ever work out well in this country. We also, when our leaders travel out of the country and see those good policies being implemented by their fellow leaders to liberate their citizens, how do they really feel? Aja wusu edifrifisi no de aba. We say the president and his gang of appointees are shamefully disgracing our country. Kwabena Adai Kingsley Accra and also the way free about say ours has done quite after the 2016 election, specifically in Krofu inside Diaso in the central region, where I personally met some big men in the MPP who were having concession, and I'm a living witness. Mokite Godfred, the free Sehi Bodi, and the free Abre. Also, bet me send no message, you know, Abre and I can kind at the amount. Chase, the fight against Galamsey. Yenya Makite Godfred Bodi Yera Asani Tano so chia.
Yeah, I met you all.
Chiawo Sehi.
Say Ebiala want to pa.
Say Edinu Krano. See yes last Sehi ni boy say he. Say he. They can say he. Is it by a say he?
Yeah, to say Nguruma. And they've done it in Nkrumah because Ablofuna to me and
so Nguruma. Okay.
And then so say he. But they wrote Sehi.
Okay. I see. Charles, Galamsey.
Sami. I remember what I do. Na mencha original Afro. And the Afro. And this time. Okay. Question I done me. Mano. And I done my dreams. Is a who here? Say as of mine. Say a former good deal. It be true, Anna. Is it necessary? Is it beneficial? Say as a country, as a you too gold, you too diamond, you too bauxite, near Kotoana.
I didn't know about answer me.
Oh, say who here? And I just say, send in your film. How much are we getting as a state, as a country, Ghana? And for so bang any in your film. Because obi bia o two gold or Ghana a private person. But what? Yes, a private person any two.
Because now you are some Jordan see even Anglo Good Ashanti government at ton shares.
That is the point. And that may be some question. So the private person now who two gold now Kotono. Yen as a state, what are we getting? Technically, you nyahwe. Eza. Ena ye boka rather. Ye boka o. En ye to drones. Ye boka en ye di soldier for ni police for. Ye to diesel, ye to petrol. need their fuel cars, near Koji hotels are more Muslim them just to fight something called galamsey, illegal mining. One year legal mining. Who in this country is doing legal mining? And how much do we get as a state? Do you get it? And for me, that is where the problem is. I mean, so where simple, we could almost be the problem tree analysis. What is it? You problem tree analysis. Right? And you share root cause. You look at the core effects. What I say, the core problem. Then you look at the effects. And what is the root cause? And then they do wherever. History try and say 1989, PNDC, Rawlings started fighting galamsey using the military. A failure. Then in 2013, Mahama started with interministerial committee on fighting illegal mining. Then 2018, and Akufo-Addo set joint task force of military and police and of two Omodin Operation Vanguard. Here he managed to get the media led by Ken Asigbe. And now almost shares our campaign as here. Do you get it?
Media against galamsey.
Media against galamsey. And Omodi called Parliament, and Parliament more 500 million. The Parliament gave them amount about 500 million to start that fight. 2018, a launch in the Parliament voted 500 million Ghana cedis to combat galamsey. That's Ikano. It is share minimum because emphasobia amaso. There's not been any profit, no benefit. We've wasted 500 million Ghana cedis free. I'm for mom and I could discussion. I'm for CZ gold. Gold or more to more CZ. As cash. Weapons. Cars. Generators. Kennedy or here Japan, MP, Asani Central is on record. To have said, on crowd, more bread generator, nibi.
Yeah,
Gen set, nibi, the station, one J, meboa.
Yeah.
Also, with the black command said, I Captain Smart, we know,
multimedia.
Multimedia and Majibi. That was what they did. And no, and excavators, a year, meboa, that period. Excavators are soldiers for handing over, and it was 630. But every year, it's about 550. We cannot trace the excavators. Excavators now, omudi be start building first. We move from a building to omudi call. I be omudi call.
Yeah, about check one.
About check one so. This ajira excavators and ajira till today.
As you call excavators, you go on.
Yes.
Yes, a bit is over the parts and you to find.
That's the point. So we are not committed as a people. We don't have policy. So we are failing in terms of policy. We are failing when it comes to communicating galamsey deal with. We couldn't carry along the nation. Obianka President Betimi succeeded when he said, or in the presidency, on
the line.
Once he has placed his presidency on the line, we're expecting, and grab the whip. Into a cracky whip now. Obi be involved, not your party chairman, or your party what, or your party secretary, whatever you are. If the president had acted.
Was it not just a political talk?
And I make us say we have failed in that political talk because we have not been able to carry the people along into a political gimmickry. What I say? So me cut their dada man for keke. Oh, he couldn't live by those words, and that is the problem. I mean. There is a mineral commission, an institution established by the government, say a license for people to go and mine. There were EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, with responsibilities of being ensured say you abide by the rules governing say manage environment. Utu gold we are SSA. we are reclamation. Now, so now they must ensure so obey winning. Yeah, Mr. I will say, in all this debate, where is EPA? Yeah, because we had the left and EPA were here. EPA, and I can tell you, sir, the commission is still giving license. I mean, the commission day in, day out is giving license. Don't let us forget. Say, Amewu started, John Peter Amewu, and a chassis.
Yeah.
Amewu Abre, so you got drones.
$3 million. $3 million.
Yeah, $3 million. Drones, no way. I'm telling you how much we are spending. How much government is pumping into the fight of galamsey, meanwhile we are not getting anything in return. Today, you and I know, say, I drone back.
Yeah, he said they can't find it.
Could you not 2 hours or call ye and as much as me buy? Eh? As much as me buy or call ye. When Abu Japo buy somewhere, on number for number also. Or buy your first assignment was say, or muku chase you be out the site to be as a
Sure.
And of course, will be under mining. They have to invest in more assessment and then normal reassigning or they will give people licensing again. And no never said Yabedu community mining. KT Hammond constituency.
Adansia Sukwa.
Adansia Sukwa. And your community mining or more. Meanwhile, they are operating under community mining. They are doing proper galamsey. Elective one. Ketiamo is on record to have said, but they are afraid. They know them. This is a member of parliament speaking. A former deputy minister who sold the entryship. Eh? You get it? Anyone got on entryship?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah. Or no, and then they who amount for more 2 gallons, but then he doesn't have the balls to name them. That is the situation. I mean, Operation Vanguard 22. Under Operation Vanguard, we have Galam Stop. And I Chasbisu committee, Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. And also celebrate. All these things fail. Now, I mean, soldier forward. Soldier forward. These ones. Oh, they are the reason why we are not progressing.
Why?
February 2021. February 2020 or 2021. Soldier forward, GAF, Ghana Armed Forces Command, issue statement. Or withdraw soldiers in now from mining site.
Sure.
Sure. And that and yes, soldier for duty. To be protected or to be fighting galamsey. And that it was a typical police job. And then assessor, into a brigadier, a whole general, and a nam galamsey side. What has changed? And then assessor. You see, people take the people in the country for granted, thinking say you have short memories, so you can just get up, say something today, and the next day you are doing something. Abu is telling us that he doesn't know this is the extent. When Abu came, or the helicopter.
Yeah, the helicopter.
Or the helicopter and
the deputy minister Nigina saw white.
Yeah, Abu the helicopter and the toy. They saw everything. Almost see champagnes, exchange champagnes.
Yeah, and I will say.
Mekuduka, and I went po. So where they were not Nanu. Mekuduka, and this a team of soldiers, champagnes in Nazivunina. You know the people, you know where the thing is happening. When you now come back, don't let us forget to say, we are offended. So that
and Kokono Crana or when I mean, they wouldn't cook on
Major Mahama. Illegal because of Saturday went to Major Mahama, ye bonutio kuno. What did he get? The only thing he got was ye Anna posthumously. And I didn't know Yapaba Biama, the Silko Biawa and that.
All right.
Na me say go bia ware no go. Na man for nya gold.
Me hu picture bi na look nice pa.
And I make can still bia ware. Some man come and you see that is the issue. You've deprived the father. One book cash in the ban I do time assess in the ban be hwe no. Ya kokuni free. Ye wie ye no. But site to her forest to her na dimbi na da so sa mo bibi omo bo dimbi sa they are still operating MSC and you want to pam DC you know at the end of
pam no suspended
reinstating so we are pretending to be fighting this galamsey battle because if we are not getting anything from it gold no e was asase if we leave the gold under the soil, we need the soil. Esayana, a best error. Good. Muna will feel your mutu good. Enani. So why are we desperately doing this?
It's rather grow.
You see, right? Me akuntao se or fasio money. I don't have problem. National security ne failing Ghana for. When to me went and start on live television, eno ye gold, enye baako gold bars. Oji baye 5 me boa see ono wo gold cross no 2-4 that was his words. National security could have picked one to me kwan ben so no fanya as a gold no so wa kotwa omuhu on to ya kwan ben so no fanya gold no. That is where we have no say oye galamsey dealer and Wanya, the whole president of Ghana National House of Chiefs, to come and defend him. Me see him for no day, who was sky no animal, the chieftain's institution, and no minister to make a trouble say they are complicit of what is happening. So what time wa no munyama, you see you share who wa ni man say a 7 no. What I say. Looking at them, that is what they look like. They look like people who are bet galamsey into Sani Befano. I mean, Anka offer system on the acquire certificate now to go and mine now. The community is involved. With the licenses, prospecting licenses, you are supposed to go and do community engagement. But what we don't know is say, if that community engagement can actually stop you from doing it. They get it. The community engagement, if you say, or any word to me, because it's as well, the penny. A animal, the young penny, my moon, yet a demi.
Okay, you see, one of the towns, Abobi.
It is a doma henning so sit as into good. Even though they have it. Yes, no offense for henny. It was caviar.
And I can't.
Yeah, oh, ye, and no more shall see too. That is the issue. It means that you beg to be a yeah. And yet the will because among for mutu nina people who have money. Some ya tiha to me in your galam say you cannot buy the equipment. You cannot. Remember the amount
capital intensive.
And man for man ko go and keep your move for a month, 2 months, 1 year. You get it? Now, you sure big excavators, man. KJ4 excavators, how many did they burn?
I think 12 or 11.
8 excavators.
Caterpillar, not caterpillar.
Oh, you sure excavator. Excavator 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. If you was not coalition that same year. I got it the picture I'm painting. Excavator back here saying
$300,000.
You get
and
it?
I can't say any.
What I say? It's not yet to me. She will excavator says she will cite. You still have the courage, the resources, to tour this country, go for election, and win convincingly. It tells you that you actually require more kaya. You get it? Yeah, and a video evidence of a driver not identified and also a John Boy driver.
Yeah.
Okoma police for 400,000.
40,000 Ghana cedis.
What happened to him?
Nothing.
Yeah, and amount for the evidence about of Frimpong Boatin professor. Ne bar all 2 galamsey. What happened to him?
Nothing.
The best we could do is to ask Professor Frimpong Boatin to go and stay home. And ka wo kolebu no ya de pa. Esu ya be ma na ye. Yeah, but daddy galamsey.
Wo kolebu otu akoma wo.
Baba na so go.
Tu akoma mu galamsey.
Ko fona ke so timi tu akoma de kofie. Na ko papa ma o room.
You see, that is the problem. I mean, you need will no into meetings are we. This is the second time we make Kumasi. Meboa. Baako abuko no di or trust statement if you can ha. Eno di kwa komo 2 or 2 for kan. Yes no yeah. No 2 for say I would the mechanism. But before mechanism statement no. Let me say something first.
I have seen something, so I have to say
what I say, because he has seen something which was not in the statement. 1 or 2 vocal cars say about 30% of the people gathered in that room, Galamseyers. They are enablers. They are the instigators of Galamsey. The same people trouble when I saw the cake for car the same thing say. I him from one amoya was the ODK. Yeah, troubles. Look at that. Look at the impudence. Maza, ya ni mreye. Now, over can when you no, Sammy. Now what their basis say? We have a weak opposition party in this country. A political party are on take advantage of situations. A political party own him how to politicize issues. A political party own him how to formulate policy. So issue no ba they cannot make definitive statement on issues. What is the opposition's position on this Galamsey? Oba, what will you do different? That is why you should be communicating today. That is why you should be drumming home to the people of Ghana. So when you come, you will clean the water. When you come, you will stop these memes. When you come, you will do this. And tell us what you did in time past. Then if we said, yeah, the Uber viewer over to me abeye. When that dress, you know, the catcher my monty, na mu buafu. That 3 pieces, 4 pieces, the position for no matter to matter. Then once I quite transfer a channel kuno. Na mu the call radio station, mu the TV station, but the biamo na mu ye makeup. And omu so na ye nhwehwe enyigimu. You are in opposition. More what by one man building, you have no media network. 0. Man building be. More opposition, I control position so muna mu ye enyigimu e ha de men ko e ha sa. Me pa kese o kese ni bi. Obi na building there na ye kese it looks attractive for you to want to go and sit down there and talk. You are not building yours. Tankras in some way are no team no master and no more lining up. So I'm positions. I'm surprised about say any food soldiers no more so. Most of these ones are, excuse me, trash. As trashium. Then you look for people who are serious about the will of this country. Not people who are satisfied. Me tomo for no man tie me say don't go you let dealers. Mako elect dealers awie afi na mo mobobo dealers di.
Mame nka message aja wusu de frifise no de aba nyuma ase de aba de yenara ya Asani ya bodede ma ye moja na ye nanan gedi to ma ye adumi ni so say be ato aso no de abraja wusu no de aba we say Mr. Hunter, please, the reason why we are pushing this message on your platform is that we have the strong belief that you push this message to the presidency. Sorry, we can't petition our case to the presidency because we are afraid to show our faces openly to avoid punishment from these senior officers. Please, Mr. Hunter, help us. That's it. We say Samuel Abu Jinapo is a big liar, just like Nanado. They intentionally create problems to amass wealth for themselves. In solving it they amass another wealth. Both creating and solving the problems they amass wealth. Now the big question is, can we fight Galamsey? Rather, Galamsey is fighting us bitterly, and we will never win this battle. Moreover, all those involved in this Galamsey are NPP people. Imagine. So imagine. Or say, if that military man is saying before they get to the site, information has already gone, my question is, how do this confidential information go out? And he has to answer that. IGP, you have arrested the military man. IGP, you have to arrest the military man. He's a big fraudster. We say, I agree with the man that why should we applaud them, and that they have done. Have they effected any arrest to warrant such applause? Jinapo himself must be arrested. Okay, I have understood Abu Jinapo. We must applaud him and his team for lying to Ghanaians. God punish them all. Yao Asani, God bless you and your entire generation for being real. People like you deserve national award. It looks as if Nanado is under case, since everything he attempts doing turns into a disaster. I'm advising the youth in this country to take our own destiny into our own hands by descending heavily on this old man before he ruins our future. Why should we stay aloof for this old man to sabotage our future for luxury? Such a shameless president in the history of Ghana. From Amaura, Peter Sunyani New Domano de Aba. Where's Mr. Host? Good evening to you and your panelists. In fact, I like your program. I learn a lot whenever I listen to your discussion. Also, your panelists who spoke first is very enlightening to my judgment. Kudos to you all. Eben, with Edifrikophobia and Ode Abre. My name is Idris Umutari from Adringano. I can't wait to hear from Chas. No, say, please, I'm watching you from Daboya, Savannah, and Ode Abre. Yeah, that's Papa. We say, hi, hey, Hunto, hey, Mr. Hunto, Ghana pioneer. Nanado, the president, we Ghana krana, or Ghana krana, da Benna, Yebeka Yasem, Salina, Edifree, Amasamano de Abre. We say Mr. Tano is looking good tonight. That's why he's the incoming MP, because I'm now the new vice president of Honto Movement Party, aka we for the youth. We are for the youth. Ike, Ike, the presidential anymore, Asaje. It's also Bako MP. Also Bako MP. President of National House of Chiefs says we should bring evidence of Wuntumi is doing Galamsey. Is the chief now our Attorney General to put Wuntumi to trial? The moment you defend the president, you lose your God-given common sense. It doesn't matter if you are president of National House of Chiefs or not. Hunter, good work and more grace to your able. To your panel today, God bless them too. Come to think of it, how can you, Mr. President, President Akufo-Addo promise and pledge to place your presidency on the line against Galamsey fight, and he sits unconcerned for our forest and environment to be destroyed to this extent? If we were to be a serious country, the president should have resigned over his failed leadership against Galamsey. God save us. Mr. Tano, your last brought a blue-black, the last you brought a blue-black book of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's vision to the studio. Please, where can I get some of that particular book to read and become nationalistic again? Because the way the two parties, NDC, MPP, have destroyed our country is very appealing. Mr. Hunter, good evening to you all in the studio. Please, Nanado can deal with Galamsey issues if he had been able to establish one district, one factory very well in these mining areas to decrease the menace. But it was just talking and political promises without any action. Government sat down watching Galamsey to escalate and now trying to solve it when our water bodies, forests, farms going bad. Nanado, please, hot oil form of mining for some time to correct things to normality. Yenua also from one Ghana, Nugua and Odiabre. Idris Mutari from Nigerian Ghana say excellent delivery from the two panel, especially McCarthy. We say, Mr. Hunter, reference to Canadamo's case, please, where are the officers who were involved in the exchange of calls? We want to know their whereabouts. Were they fired or transferred to Enchi? Enchi is now the town for punishment. If you do the right thing, that's where you'll be transferred to. Good evening, Mr. Same. We thank you for your good job for this country. Good evening. I love listening to your program. Please, I was not this MPP government. Please, was it not this MPP government who said to Ghanaians they should try him and see? MPP, you people have moved Ghana to the path and Ghanaians will vote you out for power. Vote out of power. Eric Quatin, Eddie Floyare for Special Eyes. Good evening. I love listening to your program. Please, was it not this who told Ghana for? Okay. Yeah, the same message in about twice. Good evening. What has breaking the aid got to do with the Galamsey? Is the president daydreaming? Question will be with the fight against Galamsey under this Nanado's government is one of the worst. The government knows the culprit of this menace, but because some people in the government are benefiting, the government is rather shielding the culprit. How can you be shielding a perpetrator of Galamsey and tell us that you are fighting Galamsey? Christopher Tete, Kondua Edifrita Kradeno de Aba. Sami, we are completely in fire this country. My name is Prince Node Aba. Wesin Nanado can never stop Galamsey because he is the grandfather of Galamsey from a man for war, Olebu, and Ode Abraham. So, bit send messages, at the Abraham. Now, let's move on to another issue. The another issue I share, now, World Bank for report on the buy. Now, Ghana, your debt, baby, debt to GDP is 104.6%. Who are approximating 105%. As it is me, Aquacuduno, Archer say, Oma, I predict Edia to say, Yaka, Diano, Ghana economy, no. It's worth at estimated as 72%, 72 billion US dollars. Now, they say about 70% of our revenue are between at the Babe Saveseka. I should say, a couple with other things, all the rating agencies rate down. The latest one be the World Bank and also Eddie Ode Abani. Now, you besides Kwambe ne dear, but dear fast with the Abidu has in a dear bit me who fisa and 10 times ya, a dear one to my hot 10 times abreast, and I yasha and some now faces so $100 million mixing oil money into so and home and sense. Mention some for Yera, Asani Tano Honor. Baby, ya baby do the Asani Tano, officer dear, dear baby to her. Na dear na Ghana, and I say, Bank and if we to me, I na the kind of mess we find ourselves in. Saying to me and resolve it completely, at least a bit me minimize the impact of this mess we find ourselves in.
Yeah, but I'll say, to put it bluntly, no, and yeah, dear, you bet to me a year one fee. Financial pit hole here. Another danko kufuado adawoma one ne cousin Ofuriata omode ya ashemuno. As long as Nanado is the president and as long as Ken Ofuriata is the finance minister, we can't get out. We have seen 6 years of their administration ewo ye economy ne eso. Na the comparative and as a comparably no we share of that 6 years we did to omanpanyin for yes in franchise from the first republic omanpanyin Rollins na mamu omanpanyin kufuor mamu omanpanyin Mills na Mahama mamu 6 years no de to ho and on the African continent yenya amamu a if it is say a sinitras no a man in Musuda, yenya bida. To the point say na me no ka say. Sri Lanka nanka omo de biti omo no in terms of currency ho enye den no and then make omo biti yen just yen ya senke akoda omo below ama the most important grading institutions na wo wiase no omo downgrade the economy of this country to a point we are in debt distress. As we speak, the World Bank are projecting Ghana's GDP to around December. You be hitting about 104.6. A radio station be frequency. A Bambian hodi yakosa atitini moda. And then the Danko Kufuor who claims say ne cousin and a new can take us out of that particular situation. Or no one no attract for 6 years and what bonds a horror. Now bonds no he made a profit of about 159 point something million Ghana cedis. The world bobo siano. Na chese no interest a wonya wo commission wonya wo and one thing na no bobo siano without thinking say bosiano obon or bato ho ama me ne wo. Annoying part of the whole situation is that Sabosi or boy any nyina no invest in productive sector the returns ebeba, right? John Mahama or Mills Mahama Amisate's administration almost some koje bosi eboa. Mills Mahama took a loan and some koje bond specifically to targeted projects. Yeah, obi biara wo hwe Ombisa ne ho se sankenne yeni atu abogasa aka Ghana nkade na ebe obi ohwe bia mbisa ho se sankenne yeni Rich Hospital yesi ne foforo phase 1 isi ho kese egwemu emu no manyina wom pepepe si yeni UGMC University of Ghana Medical Center one of the best on the African continent. See any dodowa, see any various regional hospitals, a Gina Brane. And a young Crawford and as Omoy or Mahamane Mills, and a Mahamani Amisata, Omoy or Mohon Crawford be on Bebu hospitals, no, not Omusi and Kene, ye bobre away. A tuable gas plant, and a serious purpose. It is paying. In fact, I want to believe, say, a tuable gas has paid for itself because a $1.5 billion or so and omoje ya omodi see we mo agene quantums or mo agene ahoro ye hu say omodi asi kerosene pump station kropo baako omo avisika ni nyina yaw productive sectors na ye wura Mahama we invest in ebi ni electricity
at Tuabu gas processing plant the cost of construction was $1 million, but right. As 2019-2020 no more the cut $1.5 billion.
Right, you see now a normal Mahama Amisata administration SIA was to ensure said dum so na wo ho and amampan kufo ye nyire bagia to mu say every morning on Daily Graphic and as a major newspapers they are publishing the level of Akosombo Dam almost every morning now you publish it. I don't know Mills Mahama Abreso now you Omampen Kufo Abreso. It was the reason for which you were Omampen Kufo or can't say young Kobompaye because maybe you draw to Yame.
Now what was the even essence say about publishing the level of
said not consistently on the propaganda was the first say insuone kofom
and so can you do now I say
insuone
kofom
and now we were also demanding a planned schedule of say a habeko of and no the omo review but it was interesting say satan yan hu ne say e dum so anka say obi edwin outside the box indeed time on Mampenkufo decided about drink outside the box after empire and na Oma ye koka se yem kofa ye wura Tarzan rekumbru benko se ho na won tutu no ma wie esika esese ode koye no ma fa na okototo ye first Volvo cars and osankoto toy machines bi sa machines no ye scrap no ye tugu ye yam tumi anya hwe Into a competent and foresighted administration under John Dramani Tano, they decided say sika aye kwaji anasa bosi abeji afi bebia no, whether it is local or whatever, any taxes no, yanko ko invest heavily in your friend say energy capacity. Into they started building, and that was the period on and the era of doing so at its highest peak. And I'm Papa and say, I will fix this situation. I, John Dramani Mahama. And I am happy and I feel comfortable saying it because he fixed it. What did he do? He invested in car power. He invested in Ameri. He invested in, friend is saying, Atuabo gas. He invested also, there was another car power name, some more. There was another, something, something.
Can say
T3 or
what? Car power.
Yes.
Yeah, Ameri.
Yeah, and like T2, T3 or something like
T3.
that. Yeah, T3. We have those
T2.
power badges.
Yeah.
Right? He invested in all these things. Apart from that, no.
Sankofa power badges.
Yes. Apart from that, no. He was also looking for oil, more blocks in addition to DNA or no better than one. Meaning, where your son or my way in a sea ho, and a Ghana for so 1 year. But we can all attest to the fact that before Mahama Abisata by free now they had been able to solve the do so. Nobody can dispute that, right? With the investment returns no at Eba. And now almost say Ameri, they had given us a bad deal. Today we're going to investigate and turn the whole situation around. Ameri, which was supposed to serve for how many years? Was it 5 years or something like that?
5 years.
Or mobile, how many years do they? They have given us more as it's a 15 years.
That's car power.
Car
power was for 10 years.
Yes, and then they
have increased it
to 15.
For 20 years.
Okay, but Ameri, and you know, no to Dubai.
Yes, Ameri no more. Yes, Ameri was $510 million dollars.
Yes.
Build, own, operate, transfer.
Yes.
And after 5 years, a better government there. Then 2018? The day I see Misata, that was when they went to Parliament after say almost review.
Yeah.
And from their review, the price from 510 went to $1.2 billion. Their minority race issue. Through that, the then Energy Minister Boache Jako was asked to resign over it. But God be so good. Last year, Ameri is now Ghana's.
No, but before that, no, they went to Dubai. They were saying that Ameri, they gave us a bad deal, so they were going to investigate.
Yeah, there was a 13-member committee led by Philip Addison. They went to Dubai.
McCarthy, my good friend, the late Ajakun, was part of the entourage.
Yeah.
That one to the extended.
That's how come the price shoot from 510 to 1.2 billion.
Right now. And Abaya na oye against Ameri deal no. The same Abaya na or tam Ameri deal no. As one the church they call Asante Mem. I don't have a problem. Asante Mem is Ghana. But San Kamena me ya president. Na se me drink ko kanya. But be as say me ya bosi na me copy the same energy plant to say Ameri and I say car power. Na me de ko Kumasi no. Na San church as McCarthy so be president. No so ape bako. No they call Eastern. Na me so ebi a honto wo so ba na wa be pe ba ko na wo de akọ Western North. Until by the time ebi a 4-5 presidents be ba no. Now all the 16 regions we have a capacity and I say a generator in the form of Ameri. Won so adio obi akoto ana wo se wo mpen won so ankosi baby. It doesn't make sense at a whooping sum of $35 million as transport cost. Who does that? Now we hear no free one. The America say we cannot get out of this pit because Nanado is still the president. Ken Oforiatta is still the finance minister. And instead, sir, document I'm making, some state will say, almost say they would ensure say the gold value chain any oil and gas, no, or mobile profited from it. So they were going to open account in a safe haven. And Japa, the LS, they will transfer the monies to there or make this can be called Siaman on it. Say Siamano Kase. Piak ebiso almost say $100.74 million been ewo he. And rich wo me ba be church match ya. Almost say esika na enyira na woni mabi ewo. Almost say GNPC. And na be kan say because omo no aye omo di Ghana nim ekoto oil on nti no. Omoma sa sika na nka ese anka de koto petroleum holding fund no it is backed by parliament no my yemfa sa sika ne nkotum biem na emom yemfa meto omo GMPC for account no omo balance sheet emunye fe amadachi so mon kasa so kope loan na yetumi am omo bi. Who does that? Na yembisi am say who dey sa sika nkoto GMPC for account mo interest na ba because don't forget who the $100 million ekoto obi account for 1 month who the interest be ba so. Okay. So why do you deprive the Ghanaians? Say, Scanner can say the Kotu Petroleum Holding Fund. Who hear from the Kotu baby? I will inform Parliament, but they have done it.
Not to cut you, but just to help you with the act. I know Yemra, Petroleum Revenue Management Act 2011, Act 815. As I can say, an act to provide the framework for the collection, allocation, and management of petroleum revenue in a responsible, transparent, accountable, and sustainable manner for the benefit of the citizens of Ghana in accordance with Article 36 of the Constitution and for related matters. Now, so we call a year section 3 now. It talks about a year sika or say the koto a year for two. Yes, a main kind network. So Oba has here payment. That's the section 3. Payment into petroleum holding fund or say petroleum revenue due to the Republic derived from whatever source shall be assessed, collected, and accounted for by the Ghana Revenue Authority. The petroleum revenue assessed as due in each month shall be paid by direct transfer into the Petroleum Holding Fund by the 15th day of the ensuing month by the entity obliged to make the payment. The entity shall notify the Ghana Revenue Authority in writing of the payment into the petroleum. And Tisikabiano is one year but Oko section 5. Very interesting. Section 5. Where are you? Okay. Prohibited use of petroleum holding fund. Prohibited. Oba was say the amount in the petroleum holding fund earmarked for transfer into the Ghana Petroleum Fund shall not be used to provide credit. Shall not be used to provide credit to the government, public enterprises, private sector entities, or any other person or entity, and as collateral for debt, guarantees, commitment, or other liabilities of any other entity. And this is what the Lord is saying. Yentimi nkoyi mfam firim say de kwakoto GMPC for because I see scanning na be hana say to me ba.
Yes, was so worry and what to plate me boa.
Sure.
We gina here we adwuma here. Na me fan say what did anim kra wanya nkrofobia omba me your advert ha. Omo de omo product e be advert ha. Na what to me aka kire with team na we do omo ha ne say. My dim nkrofo ni omo de advert aba ha sa. Nti efe de esika na omo tuama company no. Mo me yenkotu ngum account no. Na my account no munye fe. Sana
station bia be nimu ye egu ye.
Na my account no munye fe. Na yi na ma yi amamo. Yaw. Na wo no microphone kan na omo ate ase. Nti adverts kan ba na ye the amount. We have you have board over
sure.
You see, and you did not inform the board. And yes akekewu emra te kire say adverts kan na e ba no. When a wadi any man abakropa, you have no right to back go a different account. So person will account ye fe. I must say wo kope bosia bi the amount. Wo kope bosia. You only write companies say that you have worked for them. Why engage you or more transactions you have done for them? Your track record. It does not mean say show us your balance sheet says secure we have. Now dem is can ba. Wo say yem phantom na ya na wayi. Yem bi say won say wo de betu my interest na be ba so no. E ye ho andia. It is for this reason interest ninti and anchorophobia creamy into that account without parliamentary approval. So that is chrono kesiye. Apart from that, PR can be only the 100.74 million. Oh. There is another there's another $75 million. I also cannot be accounted for. There's another money which is also close to 7-point-something million. And also, where are those monies? They are stealing the monies as it comes. Petroleum Holding Fund, Heritage, everything is being squandered by this administration. 3 billion IMF on person of Omodimayan. Per all this assessment, need a card die as so more discount my I can assure you, say the agent they say, what request of amount to man out anything. ya mouse kapudio kra want to me and fine yahwe na 3 friends $billion and be ya woden wo mrekura wo kra ka 2 years pe, right? And as it is stated in this document, almost say they would cream the money through pave way through contractors. Nti your man contractor ko tofun we ya 20 cities na ya kan che contractor say 100,000. Nti the that's no more cream afa, that's the pave way system no on ba be use through contractors. Nti IMF and wo monitors beba monitoring and evaluation team. But yeah na ya man contract ya kan che say contract even though it is so much no ye ni say na ma ye say. You understand? So this money under these people will never help.
Okay.
So this particular whole na a woman, yeah, means women can make us say we cannot get out of it. Looking at the exchange rate.
Okay. Chase, your take.
Ghana ya some there. Obekana one so ano a one. Ya bet you two. Because dream one like when you add, it is not adding. So sometimes they're frustrating. It becomes burdensome discussing the country Ghana. Any Nema ECC. I mean, but you can't. A month for anti. You try your dream. A month for amfa. In the first place, the appointment president and a DABC baby. Or shall say with 125, that elephant-sized government. Now, Akofa economy, your friend, investment banker, Abayeno, Minister of Finance. Mushi, none of the no say a borrowing. And no borrow basin. There will be ultimate market or borrow we are no abetoko, docono in chinam, no or my party. And ya just say what Timako Boruska. They get it. Okay, presence mean you know. On one be year free situation as a woman. So the president has not admitted in the first place. Say your problem, no. It was created by Ken Oforiatta. That admission is not there. And that is why the president insisted, said, Ken is the one who can take us from the situation. Don't forget, if Bisa Ken said, now, on resigning, or see, it is as asking him to abandon his child. Is that not kind? On now Ghana. And one nature Ghana to this level. Ministry only a nedia until cast wunya into or non qua. As all catch up or pass it, just say, oh, Ja Obama, and I'm a so. Technically, no, or catch and say, on connect and coaching up. And nobody can ask him to put his tools down. Sammy? Me, a Kobe, Dr. Steve Mantea,
Yeah. Yeah.
Or shall say, cast a Sikaira Nyaneo. Opa yanko back to 2018. Non Casikaira 2017. About 2019, on Casikaira 2018. Do you get it? 2020. Let's go. Why every year nothing will come out of this thing? Why? The people clothed with the power, that oversight responsibility, say omo best scrutinize it. Now omo make sure say year 2 years they don't care. And I am talking about parliament. Over time, McCarthy parliament is a crime scene. Me can't montias here. A whole and yes, a body nina. Or would you mudi Ghana yina? Parliament and yes, and the loopholes almost na shada no more jatum and a month for any holiday. And Rabena a whole do minister performance means a mocker as a KPI.
Yeah. Key performance indicators.
And Rabena what parliament and a constitution no more mazu. Oh, yeah, minister, you have vet to you, the Juma show on sa. you must hit this threshold. One to me, I see you feel. There's nothing like that. And Parliament is not thinking about making rules, making anything. Your friend and minister so on Parliament or Panoko, especially Kenu Foyata. Parliament to friend or Panoko. Until the last time Momujiri na Okoye. Do you get it?
And Okwana, because there was a pending loan agreement so one by we will not approve.
That is it. And Parliament keeps on approving. Parliament keeps on approving loans without recourse to say, how did you use it? I mean, internal, let me use original TV. A hacker, let me find it. Or new production. And do I prepare more budget. Now your mamo, maybe your money for the month. Now you have to go and account. Say ampa we me the AC, whatever is left there, so retire, no retire. Parliament's had a tiana. Oversight near day. That oversight, that control, oversight responsibility over the executives. Omuna, you see, Kabia Befi, Omuna authorization,
sure.
You have to go and get approval. And a more approval. And as he can't call the young ye dear. And the young Miss I was at Bussia, ya Bobby Bribeno, Ya young home for Swana. Have you gotten what we deserve out of those loans? And it may, like, are you surprised? I thought some minority are now opposition say, or more approval can for that because. More per se, of course, why the Basabaza. After they approved Kenuforiata unanimously, a buyer and a sister no Mokai said Kenuforiata money homebody. And to know about baby twice. So I think say the opposition is happy about what is going on. Because Kenuforiata's failure and now the year 104.6%. Automatically, no more say it ignores to their benefit. Is that the thinking? Or was that the thinking? If that was the thinking, they are too. If the opposition feels say, okay, yeah, passing Kenuforiata because or not competent as a finance minister, and to the less approve him to go and mess up more, and that to brighten our chances of winning future elections. Not wabano, yeah, why are we talking? I mean, the political party also a alternative, no. So, where the minimum so are born or cut to, and nuntina Mr. No man in San Cotuaso. Now, or Cotuaso na or Feli Moa. That is automatically no. What babamu, and yes, when you have opposition, I'm wondering to say, a better than a Ghana for serious. I mean, and this thing, I mean, it was said by no a young crowd in penny form of dream. We have done politics for years. Because you know what you are getting until you come and tell your supporters. In some funzi. Now I can't show Monamoko. You see, that is the issue. I mean, and to me, no, make a seven banner be share. I mean, Yabeka, yeah, better, Yabeka, then a young can tell me, what didn't we say before 2020? Before 2016, then a young can. Do you get it? Yeah, we've started talking not today. Yeah, Kasasa be seen. Look at it. The people who are supposed to act are not acting. Yeah, but look at the time. Akobo 11. Ava Joma Busiafo no mama trying to discuss the way forward for this country. Now, a man for me what to me, they did to me a show monsa. Say act on our behalf, no. Or no drain the bottom. how to enrich themselves. The catcher, okay, sa parliament we, Hank Parliament we, I was on record to have told you, say, look, we you bet to me your papa, eh? You bet me your bonnet. Now your mom paye, say, omo no madrin so moody be business. A moody be business I never bread, and ne dahui. And then yen ye bread. Meanwhile, we have a parliament that could have strengthened up and ironed out the BBR and now we still have almost standing orders. Standing orders of parliament where they say we are minority and now we are independent candidate, independent and now we win election now you are forced to either join MPP or NDC. Parliament are killing democracy. You have a parliament that is killing democracy. A parliament that is supposed to be promoting democracy. Then what use do we have? This is a number near to Vietnam moment there, yes, boy, kakwa, and fast so bien. Because Parliament is unable to exert an authority. Meaning, so why you be the man can tell me? Maybe the money may follow Parliament. I have not seen Parliament exerting its authority on the executive. But be more authority drew a team for Black Rasta. Black Rasta near Chino and the co-privileges committee. Near Cochinanim, near Jano. Canada Japan yet there na a could do as our nurses and will say, I say, TV a bonnet near man, Pepe, who brother was sorry call. Mama Yagan and a dear bassa. What I say? And no more about ordinary Ghanaian, and they do co privileges committee. Ya Bremu. Privileges committee, ya Bremun try to honor. Do the right thing. And that may be a bedri. Oh, yeah, MP now, how do you feel? Who could share other countries? How do you feel? This is my country. I come from Ghana. MP no cry, the privileges committee. The lawyer, so MP. You see the joke?
Oh, right, I'm for. This country is interesting.
It's a joke. I mean, parliamentaries, not you. Yatimi atransi, minority yatimi atransi. Adject to me say, me were 137. Who were 137? But we are majority.
Majority group.
Comedy behind the scene way.
Speaker said there's no majority caucus and minority caucus, but there's majority group and minority group.
Concept way without concept way. No, just tell me. Does it make sense? You see, and I'm a kind of anchor. The speaker should have saved this country. And you hang parliament. Straightforward. That is what we have. You're independent, or represent or coerce independent. One call on any political party to give. So he couldn't have gone there to be doing business. And I might trust some hands out those the standing orders so no that there's a moody crack who pay. It is just to protect themselves. I mean, so they can't do anything. The only people who want to me on Betty holding responsible is Parliament. I mean, will you own via Parliament to go for now on go.
Ghana law say National Health Insurance Scheme, SICA, every 6 months, I was a finance minister, a call accounting.
Oh, yeah.
Aside that, every month, be a GCA noa. Levy a taxes a national insurance levy. Scan by and also tria editor national insurance fund no aditum. When tria pantum, a fiscal finance minister can offer a minister for 6 years in on-call parliament and call account about national health insurance.
But we have parliament. You got my problem. But we have parliament. Our responsibility is you check this, you will checkmate this. And that may catcher will say, me, the crime scene. Me that's that I see a crime scene. They cook the thing from there and serve it to us. What is it? What is someone knew what is going on? And now when MPB every ballot paper no.
Yeah. Carlos.
Obi and every ballot paper ya bonu tuya kuno. Parliament, MP every ballot paper on am free. He still hold himself as honorable member of parliament. Me then on my home. That is the issue. I mean, and to what you be cool, you be kasa, we will show anger, we will be peeved, we want to express ourselves. But the fact is that your parliament is not willing. The parliament you have is not ready to help you. Yeah? Omo depriving speaker kakrabi no. Finance minister screw speaker kakra na o sha si kasa na omo di kakrabi koyen. Who's hiding? What is speaker so kasabi? I'm telling you, a crime scene. Know how to maneuver and you are true. That is the issue we have at hand. You bet me but nothing will change. Because now parliament. Oh, you see, me say, well, the more person must sad now. Let's get serious people into parliament. Let's get serious people. To say, look at them. They say, who person will cast out of parliament required to take you years to speak. Well, you talk about you know. There's still a procedure, so we'll pass it through. Procedure.
Or file it through leadership.
Oh no, man decided whether this one is a
number of minutes at the Bema. As a number of minutes at the Bema based on your McCarthy leadership, your level, and a bachelor.
Meanwhile, I'm not for not to be used to go and represent them.
Anyway, my main kind.
There is issue a pressing. It will be constituency. You cannot go and deal with it instantly because hey, this a no question. No man being not your money partner time. I'm not pay answers. No, they are bad. No, I can't. Okay, you are no co. Let me share. Me campaigns mo my young Ghana police service. Na yentin from one team. Any money. Parliament are we until see a bed dear tomb. Set your bed tin the fufro, and now your best some man govern parliament. And I mean, young Koya Nimuda. You know why? Now let me tell you something. My company only said more board of directors.
Yeah.
They take decision.
Yeah.
Technically, the board of directors on market piazza no more. You can't you won't me influence no. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or no more a bit me influence you. But let's go to parliament. Parliament is supposed to be the board of directors of this country. Because they have the oversight responsibility, the financial control or more. But this a finance minister the two moka. What I say? Finance minister the two moka and na sikane nko common deno. That is what they do to them. They starve them before they bring bills. What I say? Almost starve over 4 months. No more the bill aba. Omo ye ready some betua. No more the bill aba so in the musika na ye ready. Obi accommodate na wanya 4 months ka. What I say?
Good evening, Sammy. Equal justice under the law. Aisha was arrested for doing illegal mining. Chairman Wuntumi of MPP was doing the same thing. Attorney General, we are watching you. Godwin, and if you come from Diaba. Idris Mutari was from Adringan was say, I agree with McCarthy. NDC is sleeping, and it's time they wake up from their slumber. We still about say, good evening, Brasame. Please, can Akufo-Addo be sent to court to account for all the monies he has borrowed after we have pensioned him? Dominic inside Niboy Tano Diaba. And to me, we are also president is one who did the president. You are Kotrachibi. Now, I don't know. Good evening, Hunter. Please tell Charles he should discuss the topic. We are not discussing NDC. He always does that. As for Akufo-Addo, he wants to put the blame on the chiefs and don't blame him because I don't blame him because he has bought all the chiefs. Look at what the chairman of the National House of Chiefs said. He said, Mr. President, you must increase our certain allowances per diem from Ben Pukasuna de Abba. Mr. Hunter, this government has killed us, but yet we still have wicked people to be defending this government. Ghana have mercy. Ghana, God have mercy on us. Good evening, Ebenezer Edifri Medina. No de Abba. Same MPP women organizer entered the Tiwa Forest Reserve for Galamsey. Nothing was done to her. Now MPP regional chairman also went there and did the same thing. The government kept quiet of this. I'm also going there with the host, whether we will be prosecuted, and see whether we'll be prosecuted. Good evening. I'm DC. Sincerely, Africa is a gigantic canker. President only come to heap burden upon the citizenry. Now, the leadership is a woeful burden to Ghanaians. One must not be a president and send the whole nation into such a horrible state, and at the end, go and sit down, leaving the citizen in a excruciating hardship. In fact, the president must, after his tenure, be prosecuted, including his chief cabinet members. Or how can the government be in power and others no formula as to how the nation is governed? For these 6 years, there is no developmental work done in the other region. Or how, my brother, how? As if there is no government in power. How? Why? Sabe, I don't blame Nanado. I blame Ghanaian. I blame Ghanaians that voted him to power. They are people we should blame for high distress country like Ghana. From man for war, Olebu, and what the Abba. Abusia, ya wrap up na yanko. Chasi, 30 seconds.
Oh, I mean, and where the